Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. We are thrilled to have you join us for this engaging online program organized in collaboration with Johor Port, PPD Pasir Gudang, Majlis Guru Cemerlang Pasir Gudang and Majlis Penghubungan GKMP Sains dan Matematik Pasir Gudang. I, Cikgu Azminda, will be the moderator today, and today's online class is sure to be a rewarding experience as we explore valuable tips and tricks that will benefit you as SPM candidate 2024 and some probably Form 4 students. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our esteemed speaker for today's session, Cikgu Nur Shakira Isabel binti Abdullah, who will guide you in enhancing your writing and speaking skills for SPM 2024. So we are truly fortunate to have this wonderful speaker today. She has 5 years of teaching experience. She has made significant contributions to English education, including her role as a CFR master trainer. She is a district and state English trainer, and she is also a book writer. So, hi Cikgu Shakira.
Hi, how are you, Cikgu Azrinda?
I'm good. I'm fine here. We are delighted to have you here.
Yeah, me too.
Without further ado, I'll hand it over to you.
All right. Okay. Hey everyone. Welcome to today's session where we are going to break down the speaking test into something as easy as ABC. I know what you are thinking. Speaking in an exam, that sounds terrifying, but don't worry, I've got your back. Today, we are going to learn some simple techniques that I'll turn you into a speaking test pro. So, are you ready? Let's jump in. Okay, first up, part 2. Okay, individual long turn. The individual long turn sounds fancy, right? But really, it's just your chance to shine and speak for 1 minute on a topic. Think of it as your moment to show off what's going on inside that brilliant mind of yours. Okay, so let us watch a sample of part 2. Okay, but before we watch, I need you to take note on how the candidates responded to the task. As you can see in the question, there are 4 prompts. Four prompts. Okay, so for each prompt, how many did each candidate give? All right, so let us watch the video.
Jakarta, Indonesia. We are having our annual family gathering. It was in my house, Jakarta, Indonesia. Over there are my families, my relatives, my friends, all of them in one place. We do many activities together, from dancing. We also had food together, we eat together, we sit together, we watch movies together. And yes, I enjoy myself on there.
Okay, thank you. Tanisha, yes. What was the last celebration you had?
The last celebration I had was my dad's 45th birthday. That was last week.
Did you have a good time?
Yes, I had a very good time with all my family.
Thank you. Can I have the booklet, please? Now, Tanisha, here's your task. I'd like you to talk about a person you admire. First, you have some time to think about what you're going to say.
Okay, so it's the same thing. Tanisha got 4 prompts to answer. All right,
you may start now.
The person that I admire is my father. My father is a well-known professor in University of Malaya. I admire him because of many reasons. For example, he has been to many reputable universities, and he's also given many lectures in conferences. Other than that, my father is also a very strong and independent man. He is the one who has taught me to become independent and not rely on other people. My father has also taught me kindness and compassion, and he is one of the reasons that I have become the person that I am today. I am very grateful for my father and I admire him very much.
Thank you, Tanisha. Anas, who do you admire?
The person that I admire the most is Dr. Mahathir Mohamad because although he's old, he can still rule Malaysia as is now.
Thank you. Can I
Okay, so let us discuss. So for the first prompt, the boy, did you manage to get how many he gave for the first prompt just now? All right, actually he gave 2. Okay, the second prompt, he gave 3 example, which is so good. All right, the third prompt, he gave 5 example. Super good. All right, the fourth prompt, actually, the question was, there's one more, why? He did not actually answer why, but we are not going to penalize him for that. Okay, for Tanisha, first prompt, she gave 2 example. Second, which is about what the person looked like. She did not respond to that one. All right. However, for the third prompt, she gave 4 elaboration, which is super good. And then for the last one, which is about would you like to meet that person? Once again, Tanisha did not answer that prompt. Okay, but don't worry. Speaking assessment is not relying wholly on part 2. We are going to see what happened next in part 3. All right, but overall, both of them are very good because they managed to give more than 2 elaboration, which I'm trying to tell all of you. If you have received the question for your speaking for part 2, please try to answer more than 2 example or 2 elaboration. Okay, all right, so we move on. Tips. Okay, so tips for part 2. All right, start with introduction, throw in some juicy details, and wrap it up with a conclusion. It's like telling a story. Simple, right? But for example, if you're talking about a family event, start by saying, first, I introduce my family. Then I explain why this event was important. And finally, I show how it impacted us. Easy peasy, right? Like telling a story to your friends, but without the memes. Okay? All right. Next one. Strategies for part 2. Okay, I think you can get the handouts in the Google Drive. You can fill in the blanks, jot down the important points, all right, in the handouts, or you can take down in your English exercise book. So next time you remember what to do for your part 2. Okay, strategies for part 2. Let's face it, some speaking in front of people can make anyone nervous, including me. All right, but I'm considered lucky because I don't have to speak in front of you, but on live. Okay, but before you panic, here's a tip. Take a deep breath. Okay, in fact, let's practice now. Okay, ready? Deep breath, in and out. Feels better, right? This keeps you calm and helps you to think more clearly. Also, remember, you only got 1 minute. So keep an eye on the clock when you practice. Use a timer at home to get a feel for how long a minute really is. It's longer than it seems when you are speaking, but shorter when you're watching TikToks. All right, so we move on. Common topics for part 2. Common topics include family, hobbies, school life, and cultural tradition. So don't worry, no one is going to ask you to explain quantum physics unless that's your thing. You might be asked to describe a memorable family event. Easy. Just remember, everyone loves a good story. Whether it's about the time your cat stole your homework, or how your sister graduation turned into a mini party at home. personal experience make your speaking more relatable and engaging. All right. So next time when you do part 2, please put your own personal experience to make your speaking more interesting. All right. So let us do a quick revision. These are the language or grammar that the candidate needs. All right. So you need to be good in your present and past verb forms. You need to know expression for likes and dislike. For example, I didn't enjoy going or doing. Expression for giving reason, you need to know some of them. For example, because, that's why. And you need to know some expression for giving opinions, I think. All right. So I have here example of expression to express likes and dislike. Maybe you can list other phrases to express like or dislike in the chat box. Okay, you can write now if there's any responses. Azrina, is there any responses?
As
Is
for
it
now, we have not yet received any response.
Mhm.
Anyone would like to try?
Other ways to say you like, I love, I adore, I'm crazy about, I'm mad about. Do you have any other example? Or is there any other example of saying I don't like, I dislike, I hate?
Probably I disagree, Cikgu Shakira.
Yes, correct. Any more?
There is another answer from one of the students. I think he or she said I keen to.
Yeah, very good, nice, excellent. Any more? Instead of you saying the same thing, I like, why don't you use other expression? Okay, akin to is very good. Any more? How about dislike?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Anyone?
Okay. I'm afraid that, yeah, very good. I'm afraid that, yeah, very good.
Okay, Cikgu Zulaika also try to answer. It's not my preference.
Yes, very good. Very good. Yes. I prefer to. Yes. I prefer to means I liked. Yes, excellent. I appreciate. Yes, I appreciate. Yes, very good. Excellent. I'm not a fan of. Yeah, I love this one. Yes. Very good. Any more? If there's no more, then we shall continue to the next slide. Okay, another things that you need to know to be good at, vocabulary. What kind of vocabulary that you need in speaking? Okay, you need words to describe things or celebration, kinds of celebration, activities at celebration. You need to have that words, vocabulary, words for expressing feelings. Okay, like we did just now, like so dislike, words expressing opinion. All right, so I have some here: strong, sad, confusion, happy, anger, energize. So if you can list other example for strong, we go one by one. You can write it down at the chat box and we see. Is there any other way of saying strong? How about sad? We always use this depressed. What other word that we can use to show that we are sad, that you are sad?
Try. Probably Gavin. You can try. What is another way of saying I am sad?
Oh yeah, well built. That is strong. Yes, very good. Mighty. Yes, very good. Frustrated. Yes, true. It's sad. What else? Disappointed. Yes. I'm feeling blue, yes.
Heartbroken.
Yeah, true. Heartbroken, you are sad. Glummed, okay. Nice. Oh, I love this word. Very good.
Gloomy.
Yeah, gloomy. See, we have a very, very batch of good students. What is that? Dull. Is it dull? Yes, desperate. Is it despondent or desperate? Despondent. Okay, all right. How about confusion then? Any other words to show that you are in confused state? Can you try? Or is it very hard? How about happy then? That is the most common one, happy.
What is another word other than saying happy, amused, delighted, glad, pleased? What is another word?
Try. This is a very common word, happy. Instead of you using the word happy in your speaking, try to use other words.
Okay, there are some other answers here. Elated.
Wow, good. Any more?
Jovial, over the moon.
Wow. Wow, good. Yes, excellent.
On cloud nine.
Yeah, that is what we heard. Cloud 9.
Thrilled, jubilant.
Yeah, nice, excellent. Excellent. How about anger? Any other words beside anger to show that you are angry? Any answer, Cikgu Azrinda?
Frustrated. Richie said
Oh.
frustrated.
Okay. All right. Good.
Outrage. Adam said outrage.
Wow, good, Adam, good. Excellent, Adam.
Richie also said fuming. Shalin said furious. Aisha Sophia said
Wow,
rage.
yes.
Okay, there are
Good,
beautiful
fuming.
words here.
Yes, see, excellent.
Zuleika
Try
said
to use that kind of word. Yeah. Okay, so next time in your speaking, try to use this kind of word. Do not use that normal word. Okay? All right, so you can get good marks or better marks. All right, so we move on to the next slide. So imagine this is the practice. Okay, for your part 2. Describe a festival you enjoy celebrating. So what kind of a response that you can do? Okay, introduction. You can use this one. One festival I particularly enjoy is, but in the details, what can you put? How you start your celebration. Okay, so you can give example. We usually start the day by blah, blah, blah. Remember, each prompt, try to give more than 2 examples. Okay, and you can add more. What makes the festival special? Okay, try to remember that. Okay, part 3, discussion task. This is where you work with a partner and have a chat. Basically, you get to talk to someone else instead of just staring at the examiner. Yeah. Okay, here's the deal. You've got to listen actively. So nod your head and say, I see what you mean. Or that's a good point. It's all about showing that you are listening. Remember, part 3 is not about talking. It's about chatting together, a dialogue. Okay? And also don't forget to add your own thoughts. Like, that's an interesting point, but I also think it's like a polite way of saying, I hear you, but let me drop some wisdom here. Okay? So let us watch video, part 3. take note what both of the students did or did not do in this video. Okay, so we shall wait for Mr. Khairul to put up the video. Mr. Khairul, the video, please.
Lastly,
Okay, remember, take note.
online shopping really helps follow the trend.
Online shopping is gaining popularity in our country. Here are some reasons why people shop online and a question for you to discuss. First, you have some time to look at the task. Talk to each other about the reasons why people shop online.
Okay, I will go first. So the first reason why people shop online is because it is a time saver. You don't have to go outside and go to shops or malls. You can just easily sit at your home and pull out your phones. And it's really just at the tip of your finger.
Besides that, no crowds is also a big factor in why people shop online. People tend to like to go hassle-free without having to bump into other people, and maybe even lessen the amount of time you have to wait for the product.
Yes, I agree with that. Other points I can say is items on online are at better prices. So I think people are attracted to things that are at reasonable price.
And other than that, actually, also because online shopping has a wide variety of items, so people can access themselves to different types of things that they want specifically.
Another point I'd like to add is it is very convenient because, as I said before, you don't have to dress up and go out to malls. You just have to stay at your home and pull out your phones and you just shop anything you want.
And lastly, online shopping really helps follow the trend because the website is able to recommend items that are in season.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr.
Now
Khairul,
you
stop
have
the video
about a
first.
minute.
All right. So can you tell me, is there any turn taking in this dialogue? I don't see any. Turn taking means you will welcome your partner to say something by saying, "How about you, Ali? Do you agree with me?" But in this part, we can see that the other partner will start talking once she saw the partner stop talking, which is not what we call as turn taking. Okay, for part 3, you really need to learn to do turn taking. All right, so make sure you know how to give the turn and you take the turn. Okay, how about you? What do you think? Okay, all right, that is for part 3. Turn taking is very important, and also your body language. If you can see both of them, they are not looking at each other. We prefer that for this part, you look at each other, okay, and not, if you agree with your partner, okay, all right, eye contact, also very important for part 3. Okay, we as assessor or articulator, we see everything. Okay, so make sure for part 3, you try to do some body language. All right, Mr. Khairul, continue with the video.
Thank you. Now you have about a minute to decide together which is the most popular reason people shop online.
In my opinion, the reason why people shop online because it is time saving, because it is actually important for people who have works in their daily life, and if they're busy, they don't have to go outside to buy the things they want. So it is very time saving for them to just shop on their phones.
What do you think about convenience, though? I think convenience does play a big impact on people shopping, because with shopping online, you don't have to even step outside of your house.
Yes, I actually do agree to that.
So I think we both agree that people shop online mainly because of its convenience.
Thank you. Can I have the booklet?
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Khairul. So for the last part, when they try to do the decision making, we do see a turn taking, which is good. and the amount of talking is the same. Both of them take a 1, so equals 2 times. All right, so make sure for part 2 equal length of talking. All right, so next thing you need to remember for part 3, sometimes you need to disagree. Okay, so how to handle disagreement? Okay, what happens if you don't agree? Easy, you can disagree politely. If your partner says, I think online shopping is the best thing ever, and you don't agree, just say, I see your point, but we should also consider the environmental impact. Boom, you just disagree without starting World War III. Okay, smooth, right? So that is about part 3 discussion. Okay, all right, so these are some examples that I need you to memorize. Use some of them in your part 3, expressing a personal opinion. Okay, use some. Okay, giving reason. Okay, try to memorize some. Expressing personal doubt. Okay, I need to hide this one or else you cannot see. Okay, expressing disagreement. Okay, please have this in your mind. Okay, it will help you in the part 3. Okay, tips for part 3. Okay, you can jot this down. Okay, in your English book or in the handout that I have uploaded in the Google Drive. Okay, first, you need to listen actively. Pay attention to your partner's point. See, I see, note, or use phrases like I see what you mean to show active listening. Engage, mean you need to respond to your partner's idea and add your own. For example, there's an interesting point. I think we could also consider. Okay, the decision making, be clear, be logical in your reasoning when making decisions. Tip, use phrases like the main reason I believe that this is the best option is, okay, so that is tip for part 3. Okay, strategies. Okay, effective communication. Use phrases like I agree because, or what do you think about? Okay, for example, I agree that online shopping is convenient because it saves time. However, we should also consider the environmental impact. Turn taking, make sure both candidates have equal speaking time, as I said just now. If you see that your partner is too quiet, please help her or him. Politely invite your partner to share the opinion with phrases like, what are your thoughts? What do you think, Ali? What do you think, Abu? Okay, and we have the handling disagreement just now. Politely disagree and provide reason. Okay, so that is the example. I see your point, but I think we should also consider the cost involved. Okay, all right, practice. I need you to practice speaking. Okay, team up with a friend and role play different topics for part 3. Give each other feedback. Okay, and don't be afraid to say, hey, you could speak a little louder. This happened to us actually when we go out to assess students, candidate. Sometimes the candidates speak too soft. We cannot give marks because we hardly hear them talking. All right, so during practice time, train yourself to speak louder and clearly. Okay, maybe try using a few more complex sentences. All right, you'll be helping each other. And I know if you help each other, you will grow each other. And who knows, you might just discover that you are better at this than you thought. Okay, but the most important thing is you need to practice. There's still time. the ujian bertutur will be in December, if I'm not mistaken. So I think you have another 1 month to practice with your partner. Okay, so practice. All right, so next slide. So now we go through speaking assessment. What do we assess you? Okay, so let us go through. For score of 1, I need you to identify the keywords in each column. You can write in the chat box. What are the keywords for grammar? Why do we give you 1 for grammar? What are the keywords? Can you jot it down in the chat box? Is there anyone answering, Cikgu Azrinda?
Not yet. You all can just type out all the keywords that you can see from the grammar column. What are the important keywords?
No one answer? Okay, it's okay.
Still waiting?
All right. Still waiting? Okay,
yeah.
what about vocabulary? What are the keywords? To give 1 for vocabulary, score of 1 for vocabulary.
Probably you all can concentrate on the bold words.
Actually, these are the scales or the score. Communicate.
Okay, Richie said communicate.
Okay. Right, what else?
Anything else?
So that's for grammar, right?
Okay, Fazliana Isham said communicate, can communicate, sufficient, control simple structure, connectors to link. Aaron
Yes,
said
good.
sufficient.
Okay, all right. Vocabulary sufficient, yes, that's correct. All right, sufficient means just enough, just nice, just enough, sikit-sikit je. Okay, all right. Can mostly convey meaning.
Prema also said sufficient.
Okay, how about cognitive competence? Why do we give 1? What are the keywords?
Anyone would like to try? You can type out your answers on the comment section.
I can hear my cats answering the questions. Okay.
Right, I think no, not yet.
Okay. For the cognitive competence just now, the keywords are may have pauses for start. Okay. The moment we see the candidate have a lot of pauses, we know the candidate maybe have will be awarded 1. Okay, maybe, but we need to see overall from part 2, part 1, part 2, part 3 overall. Okay, all right. What about score of 3? What are the keywords? When the teacher gives you score of 3, you should know why. What are the keywords for grammar, for vocabulary, for communicative competence? You should know. If you want to get 3, you should be able to do what?
Anyone would like to try to type out your answer? Okay, we are moving on to band 3. All right, Aaron said reasonable.
Good.
Okay, anything else for you to get 3 for grammar? 3 marks for grammar? Your grammar must be reasonable when you communicate. Other than that? Okay, Fazliana Isham said reasonable accuracy, good control, some complex structure.
Yeah, very good. What else?
And Prema also said reasonable accuracy.
Wow, good. How about vocabulary? Why do we give you 3 for vocabulary?
As in vocabulary, okay, wait. We are moving on to vocabulary, guys. So try to give some keywords that you can see from the vocab column. Okay, Dejibab. Do I pronounce your name right? Say that bombastic vocabulary.
Okay, all right. Means the arrange or appropriate vocabulary. Okay, all right. Bombastic. All right. What else?
Anything else?
How about communicative competence mean? I mean, for when what you three.
Okay, we move on to communicative competence column. What are the keywords? Why we give you 3 marks?
We don't simply give you 3 marks without no reason. So that's why you need to know why you are given 3 marks. And to improve yourself, you need to know that what is your weaknesses. Okay.
All right, Aaron said that the candidate can express clearly.
Clearly. Okay, what else?
To get 3 marks. Fazliana said same, with some hesitation, clear but with some hesitation.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Some hesitation. Okay,
And
what
Aaron
else?
also said maintain the conversation with little difficulty.
Yeah, little difficulty. Yes, correct. What else?
Okay,
What
I'm
can you
still waiting.
see? Yeah, what can you see in that?
Okay,
Assessment.
there's another answer. She said that can express clearly with some hesitation.
Yeah, the keywords. Okay,
Same
some
like
hesitation. Yes.
said.
Okay, so most of you got it correct. Okay, so if you feel that your teachers give you 3 and you are doing all this, you need to do something else to get more marks. Okay, now we go to 5. How can you get 5? All right, so what are the keywords in grammar? Can you tell me what are the keywords for grammar?
Okay, guys,
Anyone?
try to look at the grammar column. You want to get 5 marks, nearly perfect. Okay, the perfect mark is 6. But if you want to get 5, what are the keywords? So Aaron said good degree of accuracy.
Yeah, excellent. Very good. A good degree.
Zana also said the same thing. What is another word, another keyword that is important? Like when your teacher would like to give you 5 marks. So what is another thing? Okay, with some complex structure.
Yes, correct. What else? One more at the bottom there. One of the most important thing.
What is another one more keyword? Okay, a range of cohesive devices.
Yes, arrange.
Good.
All right. So this
Okay.
person, I'm not using the same one, cohesive devices all throughout part 1, part 2, part 3. He or she uses a range, different kind. Okay. So what about vocabulary then? Why do we give 5 for vocabulary? Or how
Okay,
can
let's
you get
move
5?
on to vocabulary column. Okay, what are the keywords? Try to type out the keywords to get 5 marks for vocab. What do you have to have in your speech? Okay, Cikgu Ika said there is minimal repetition of sentence structures or patterns.
Yeah, good, excellent.
Okay, Aaron said wide range of vocabulary.
Okay, wide range. Okay, a very good list of words. Okay, bombastic word like we did, as someone mentioned just now. Okay.
Okay,
What
and
else?
then Fazliana also said wide range of appropriate vocab on familiar topics. Aaron said wide range of familiar topics.
Okay, how about 5 for communicative competence? Why do we give 5? What are the keywords for 5? Before this,
Okay,
we
what
saw
are the keywords
some.
for communicative competence?
Yeah. For just now 3, with some, little. This one?
Take out the keyword, guys. What are the keywords?
Yeah. So next time you know why you awarded 5, why you awarded 3.
Okay, Aaron said express their thoughts with less hesitation.
Yes, it's not less, little, very hard to find the person.
Pauses.
Yeah, pauses. What else? Can initiate. What does can initiate mean? Can maintain, can develop conversation with ease. What do you understand with that? This one is suitable for part 3. What do you understand? Can initiate, maintain, develop conversation.
Okay. Dagibab said maintain conversation with ease.
What is that? What is that? What do you understand? Ease. What does ease mean?
Can start, continue conversation. Fazana said.
Yes. Correct. You can start the conversation, you can start the dialogue, you can maintain the dialogue with little difficulty. Okay, so
Aaron
the
said
moment
that,
we see that you...
okay, Aaron said that calmly.
Okay, any more? Yeah, correct. And the last one, can relate contribution. What do you understand by that? Contribution, negotiate towards an outcome. What do you understand by that? Anyone? Okay, so the reason we are doing this assessment speaking scale is because we want you to know why you get 1, why you get 3, why you get 5. Okay, if all this time you always get 3, 3, 3, 3 or 2, 2, 2, 2, by doing this, you know which part that you need to improve. Okay, all right, so we move on. Okay, so this is the sample score sheet for assessor, the one who has the most marked. Okay, the one who's sitting further at the back. Okay, assessor. Okay, this one is the sample for score sheet for interlocutor, the one who's speaking to you. Okay, he or she can only give you full marks of 6. Okay, which is about overall spoken performance. So these are the scales for assessor, a completely different from an interlocutor. Okay, so when we give marks, we are really relying on this speaking assessment skill. Okay, these are the score that the interlocutor use to give you marks. The full marks is 6. Okay, to get 6, what you need to do? To get 5, what you need to do? Okay, later I will share this one in the Google Drive so you can study more. All right, so we are going to watch your video, Farid and Farhan. I need you to give me marks out of 6 for overall spoken performance, for grammar out of 6, vocabulary out of 6, and cognitive competence out of 6. Okay, Mr. Kari, are you ready with the video?
Good morning. I'm Puan Alawiyah, and this is my colleague, Puan Nosha Zwani. She'll just listen to us. What's your name?
My name is Farid.
Okay, and what about you? What's your name?
My name is Muhammad Farhad.
All right, thank you. Farid, where do you live?
I live Putrajaya Precinct 9.
Okay, and Farhan, where do you live?
I live at Dengkil.
All right. Now, I'm going to ask you about your daily routine. Farid, what do you normally do after you wake up?
After I wake up, I wash my face. And that's it.
Okay. Farhan, what do you normally do after you wake up?
I wash my face and take a shower.
All right. Farid,
Hmm.
what do you usually do after coming back from school?
Coming back of school, I think I just sleep, and before I sleep, I wash my face again.
Okay. Thank you. And Farhan, what do you do on weekends?
On weekend, I will play football at the evening.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay,
In this
Mr.
part
Khairul,
of the
could you please
test,
stop
I'm going to
video
give each.
for a while? Okay, from this few minutes of video, what do you see the candidates' performance? Do they have some hesitation, a lot of hesitation, or little hesitation? Okay, from that's why we are doing the keywords just now. Once you know the keywords, you know clearly where are you. All right. So what do you think the marks for these people, Farid and Farhan? Okay. All right. Next one, Mr. Khair, continue with the video.
Wash my face again.
Okay. Thank you. And Farhan, what do you do on weekends?
On weekend, I will play football at the evening.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
In this part of the test, I'm going to give each of you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it on your own for about a minute. You also need to answer a question briefly about your partner's topic. Farid, it's your turn first. Here's your task. I'd like you to talk about a family celebration you had recently. First, you have some time to think about what you're going to say.
Okay.
You may start now.
Okay, family celebration. Celebration event. I think family celebration I can do event like happy birthday, celebrate the happy birthday. For example, I do the celebrate my sister happy birthday, and who were there? Have my brother, have my sister, have my father, my mother, and my sister. Then I singing the song like happy birthday to you, like that. And then I enjoy with myself, because when we celebrate together with our family, we can make a strong relationship between us.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Farhan, what was the last celebration you had?
I went to Vietnam with my father.
Okay. Did you have a good time?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Can I have the booklet, please?
Okay.
Now, Farhan, here's your task. I'd like you to talk about a person you admire. First, you have some time to think about what you're going to say. Okay? You may start now.
The most person that I admire is Cristiano Ronaldo. He look like he has a mustache, curly hair, and looks so handsome. And I admire his because he pro playing football, pro dribbling, then can score goal from any side. I like to see his at stadium, and I hope I can get a photo with her. Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Kari,
Farid.
stop the video first.
Who do you admire?
All right. If you compare Farhan is a small guy, and Farid, who do you think has more content? Is it the small guy Farid or Farhan?
Or can try
Okay.
to give answers on the chat comment box.
Yeah. Which one has more content? Farid is the small guy. Farid is the tall guy. Farhan is the small guy.
Okay,
Which
Aaron
one?
said small guy.
Okay, all right. Any more? Why? Why do you think the small guy?
Why Aaron? Maybe you can give one word. Why do you choose him? Okay, Kimi
For
also said
grammar.
Farhan. Hadif
Okay,
also
for
said
grammar. For grammar, which one is better?
better.
Small guy or the big guy?
All right. Aaron said that he chose the small guy because he said that he can understand each question compared to the other one.
Okay. Yeah, correct. Okay. All right, Mr. Kari, continue with the video.
Photo with her. Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you. Farid, who do you admire?
Admire. I don't understand what I mean.
Who do you like?
Oh, okay. I like my sister
Why?
because my sister good in education, and she good in sport. She playing at Sukma like that.
All right, thank you so much. Can I have the booklet, please?
Thank you.
Now, I'd like you to talk about something together for about 3 minutes. The task will have 2 parts. In the first part, you will discuss something with each other for about 2 minutes. Then, in the second part, you will have another minute to make a decision together. All right?
All right.
Now, let's begin with the discussion task. All right? Online shopping is gaining popularity in our country. All right? Here are some reasons why people shop online and a question for you to discuss. First, you have some time to look at the task. Okay?
Okay.
Right. Now, talk to each other, okay, about the reasons why people shop online.
Okay, I start first.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay, the first reason why people shop online is because it's a better prices. If we shop online, it's more cheaper than you go to the shopping mall and buy at there. And reason 2 is time saving. Shop online will make you cut off time. No need to go outside to buy something else. No stuck in the jam. Okay.
Okay, I agree with your point, better price and time saving. So my point for why people shop online. Okay, why people shop online? My opinion is convenience.
Convenient.
Convenient. Sorry. Convenient. Okay. Why the convenient? Because when we buy at the shopping online, we easy to take the order, and we can to take a queue
Then we go to the shop at the street. We need to take a queue so long. And then when we shop and why people shop online, because follow the trend, because in the shop online, like Shopee, like Zalora, like that, this web always follow the trend, like shirt, shoe. And then the last point, you can
The last point is wide variety. If shopping online, you can search all of the thing you want. It's many various of type you want.
Okay.
for the
All right.
wait.
Thank you.
All right, Mr.
All right,
Craig, could you
now-
stop the video?
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, all right. So after watching part 1, part 2, part 3 of Farid and Farhan, what marks would you give? Okay, Farid is the tall guy for grammar, for vocabulary, for communicative competence, and overall spoken performance. Okay, Farid is the tall guy. What score upon 6? Okay.
Okay, you can be a teacher now. Try to give them a score.
What do you think? The score for Farid, the tall guy. And what is the score for Farhan, the smaller guy? Anyone responded? Cikgu Azrinda?
Okay, Hisham said that for this part, Hisham has a question, Cikgu Shakira.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For this part, is it mandatory for the candidates to touch on all the 6 points given?
No. Okay, it's not mandatory. We are looking for content, but you don't have to touch on all the prompts given. No. Okay?
All right, okay,
As
so
long as you maximize the thing.
Banana Boat give Farid marks 3 out of 6. Cikgu Zulaika give Farhan 3. Hadif give both of them 2 out of 6.
Mm-hmm.
And Cikgu Ika also give Farid a score of 1.
Okay,
Aaron
all right.
gave the small guy 3 marks.
Okay, all right. Mr. Craig, could I share back my slide?
Okay, Kimi give mark 3 for Farid, 5 for Farhan.
Okay, I think some of you got it correct. Some of you got 2. So this is the final score LPM has given for Farid and Farhan. Okay, vocabulary. In terms of vocabulary, you can see Farhan has more words. Okay, for in part 3. Okay, communicative competence. You can see that Farhan can speak little hesitation, but Farid is like he is struggling. Okay, and we can definitely see grammar in Farid. Okay, so the reason we want you to be able to put your the score is, as I said just now, you need to know where are you, and then you need to improve to get, if possible, you get 5 or 6. Okay, so these are the comment by Lembaga. Later I will share with you why Farid is 1 for grammar, why 2 for vocab, why communicative competence is 1, even though he tries to speak, but a lot of hesitation. Okay, overall spoken performance he got 2. Okay, you can clearly see later the comment by the Lembaga. Okay, so this is the comment for Farhan, the smaller guy. Later I will share in the Google Drive. Later you can read. Okay, all right, so these are the website that you can use from now until before your speaking test. right? They are very useful. Please use them, okay, for speaking. Bear in mind, speaking has the most percentage for SPM. Okay, so don't take it for granted. Please do well for speaking. Okay, all right. So conclusion, you know how to master now. Hopefully, the speaking test is all about staying calm, be clear, and practicing. And remember, have fun with it. The speaking test is your chance to show your awesome communication skill. If you want extra practice, see, I've given you all this website. Please, all right? Please try and do a lot of practice. Okay, they will help you to speak like a pro in no time. All right, so we have to move on to writing very quickly. Okay, so hopefully you are a little bit clear about speaking test. It's not hard as you say it, all right, or hard as you think. Okay, so now we are going to go for writing. Okay, I'm going to focus on review because we only have like a few more minutes. How many of you love to write review? Okay, for me, I love to write review. Okay, all right. Now we are learning how to write a review. I will try to make you look like a seasoned critic, whether you are reviewing a movie, a book, a restaurant, or maybe even your friend's YouTube channel. After this session, you'll be able to write a review so good people will start asking your opinion on anything. So let us quickly dive in. All right, so this is a recap for writing part 3. We have 3 questions. All right, it's either report, review, article, story. Okay, for part 3. All right, so this is a sample of question for a review. Okay, about movie. Okay, what you need to do. All right, first thing first, understand the question. I always tell my students, always bring highlight. Try to highlight the question, the key points. A review is not just about saying whether you like something or not. It's about sharing your opinion, explaining why, and telling others whether they should try it or not, or avoid it. It's something like a pop quiz. All right. For example, if the task is review a movie, you need to explain why you like it or didn't like it, or whether you will recommend it. That is where you get to be a star critic. Okay. So usually, so what is the structure of a review? I think most of you know. Okay. So now let's quickly talk about the structure. Right. Think of it as building a sandwich. You need the bread, which is the introduction, the filling, the body where you give your opinion, and then the final slice of bread, the conclusion. And just like that, and just like sandwiches, you don't want too much bread and too little filling. Okay, do you understand? All right. So that's the structure of review. So remember, review is like a sandwich. Not too much, not too little. Okay, next one, we move on to the next slide, writing an effective introduction. Okay, start with a brief introduction, what you are reviewing. Then talk about what you like or didn't like in detail, and finish it whether or you recommend it or you will not recommend it. Simple yet effective. Okay, so how to write an effective introduction? Don't jump in with something like, this movie was good. No, this is too common. You gotta spice it up. Tell us what you are reviewing, like the genre, your overall impression. For example, the movie Inception is a mind-bending science fiction thriller directed by Christopher Nolan. From its intricate plot to its stunning visual, it is a film that captivates from start to finish. So, do you see the difference? Okay, when you use the one just now, it is so good compared to this description. Which one you like more? Is so good or this long description? For me, I would love this long description. Okay, all right. So next one, that is effective introduction. Where you talk about specific things you like or didn't. Maybe it's the plot, the characters, or the music. Get into the details. Like,
All right, Cikgu Fitira,
one of the most, yes.
there is a question.
Any
How many
question?
words to write review?
Okay.
A review.
I think it's written in the question. It's around 2 to 250 words. Okay, you can write more if you have more time. Okay, all right, so I continue. One of the most remarkable aspects of Inception is unique storyline. The concept of entering and manipulating dreams is both original and thought-provoking. Do you see the choices of words here? Okay, it's so beautiful. All right, sound fancy, right? It's all about sounding like you know your stuff. Even if the most recent movie you watched was a cartoon. Okay, the most important thing is the choice of word that you use in your review. Okay, what else to include? Okay, you don't have to stop at just the basic. Like the basic is the feeling, right, just now? Add a little extra flavor to your review. It's the same thing. In your sandwich, you can add tomatoes, you can add chilies, all right? You need to add extra flavor to your review by talking about things like memorable scenes or the actor's performance. For example, Leonardo DiCaprio delivers a powerful performance, portraying a complex character with emotional depth. Okay, throw in some fancy terms and boom, you've just written a professional sounding review. Okay, all right, that is the body. Conclusion. Now let's wrap it up. The final slice of bread. Your conclusion is where you recommend or you don't recommend what you are reviewing. And remember, you want to sound convincing. Okay, you can use words, for example, this is about Inception. Overall, Inception is a must watch for anyone who enjoy thrilling, thought-provoking films. Okay, you see, for review, you need to have words, beautiful words, adjective words to describe things. And then you need to put like, I highly recommend it to fans of science fiction and psychological dramas. Okay, it's like giving the final score in a video game review. Make it count. Okay, so what the language tips you need to do a review? Okay, as I said, you need to use a lot of descriptive and evaluative language. Phrases to use. Okay, I found what I like most. Okay, instead of saying it was nice. Nice is so common. Okay, try to sound like the storyline was captivating. Okay, see the difference? Nice and captivating. All right. Also try to avoid too much slang or informal language. Saying the review was lit, L-I-T. Might sound cool with your friends, but for a review, go with something like the movie was engaging and kept me on the edge of my seat. See, sound nice, right? You want to sound like a pro critic, not a text message. Okay? All right. Common mistakes to avoid when you do review. First, don't just summarize the plot like you are giving us a Wikipedia entry. Focus on your opinion. We want your opinion. All right. We don't need a full score or full recap of what happened. Just tell us why is it worth watching. Also, skip the overly casual language. We are writing reviews, not tweets. Remember that. You want your review to be something people would trust, not something they scroll past. Okay? All right? So, these are some topics you can do practice from now. Okay, these are some topical topics you might review. Okay, okay, so we have movies, we have books, all right, we have restaurants, we have concert. You can ask to review a concert, a video game, okay, a tourist attraction. So make sure you do a lot of practices here. Okay, choose at least 2 tourist attractions, or at least choose 2 apps or website. Okay, at least choose 2 music albums. Okay, do a lot of practices for review. Okay, now reviews can be about anything, as I said. Movies, books, restaurant, concert, even video games or apps. No matter what the topic is, the formula is the same. Get in there with your opinions, justify them, and wrap it up with recommendations. If you can do that, you'll be a review master in no time. Okay? All right? So before we move on to the next slide, maybe you can recall back some of the topics I mentioned earlier. You can write it down in the comment. What are the topics for review? If you can still remember.
Can you write down in the comment section? What are the topics of the review that have been mentioned by Cikgu Shakira just now?
Anyone?
Still waiting? Anyone can recall what are the topics mentioned just now?
Oh, I went too fast, is it?
I think not really.
What else?
Still waiting?
Yeah, what else that the common topic for review beside tourist attraction, beside apps or music albums? What other topics?
So you may be asked questions to write a review of what? Okay, Richie said movies, books,
Okay.
concert, restaurants.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Correct. Banana said books, movies, restaurant, and apps.
Yeah, yes, correct. Okay, all right. So please do a lot of practices for these topics, all right? It can be asked. All right, so next one. We have some more actually. Okay, gadgets, technology, TV shows, series, fashion items, okay, even festivals. Okay, so what do we need, or what do you need to have, to write a good review? Okay, you need to have a key language for introduction. For example, the purpose of this review is to... In this review, I will discuss... You need to have this one in your introduction. All right? Or you need to have some background information. I recently watched or read or visited. Okay? some background information about like this movie or this book, restaurant was recommended to me by dot 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 dot. All right. You need to have phrases to describe the subject. For example, the story is set in, the restaurant is located in, the above features or mix of, and you need to use a lot of adjectives to do review. Okay, captivating, complex, delicious, all right, outstanding, mediocre, giving opinion. You need to have this also. Okay, I think that in my opinion, and you need to use adverb for emphasis. Okay, please memorize some of these and use them in your review. I absolutely love. I strongly believe that I really enjoy. Okay, comparing and contrasting, because you are comparing two things. You need to have this. Okay, try to remember one or two sentences. Compared to other movies in the genre, this book is more or less interesting than. Unlike other restaurant, this one, dot, 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 dot. Okay, unlike this app, this one is. Unlike this game, this one is something like that. Okay, giving reason and justification. Okay, you need to memorize this one also. You need to use them in your essay. All right, to show cause and effect. All right, summarize the experience. Okay, and then phrases to recommend or not to recommend. I would highly recommend this to. I wouldn't recommend this to anyone who, if you are looking for, this one is very rare actually. You can use this one. If you're looking for, this is perfect for you. Okay? Conclusion. These are some example to conclude. To conclude, in my conclusion, my final thoughts on this are, I love this one. Very rare people use it. Try to be different. Okay, when you're writing something. Okay? This is when you do movies, what are the things that you need to use? Okay, the plot, the characters, the ending. When you review a restaurant, what kind of the things that you need to use? The ambience, the service, the dishes. If you're reviewing a product, okay, what should you use? The interface, the features, the product. Okay, so I have part 3 here, example task. We don't have time actually. Have you read any interesting book lately? Send us your review. The first prompt is explain what the book is about. Second prompt is share what you enjoy most about it. Would you recommend this book to your classmate? Why or why not? All right. So I have this sample essay from Paulo, a book. Okay. I need you to give marks for content, for vocabulary, for organization, for communicative achievement. Okay. So this is the review. I let you read first, and later you tell me what you like about this review. And do they answer explain what the book is about? Enjoy about the book? Okay, and whether this person recommend this book? Any reason? Okay, you need to jot that down. Okay, so you read first, and you tell me whether this person has answered all the prompt. Okay, finish reading? Can you tell me whether this person has answered the first prompt? Cikgu Azrina, can you still remember what is the first prompt just now?
What is, I don't really remember. Can you show it again?
Explain.
Okay, explain what the book is about. So what is the book about? C1.
So that C1 explain.
Mhm.
C2 is enjoy. C3 is why recommend.
Share what you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy the most. And then C3 would be would you recommend?
And reasoned.
And reasons. Okay, I've shared the question in the chat box. And probably you all can
Identify where is C1.
identify from the model answer which part answers C1.
Where is
Anyone?
C2?
Anybody would like to try which part answers C1? Maybe you can type a little bit, maybe a part of the sentence. Where do they
Why
answer?
are we, I think we need to tell them why we are teaching them to identify is they need to check whether they have answered the essay. Okay, so if you can manage to identify where is C1, where is C2, where is C3, it's easy for you to check your own answer later. All right. So where do you think the C1 is? C1 is about explain the book. Is it the first paragraph?
Probably you can type paragraph 1, paragraph 2, or paragraph 3. Where is which paragraph mentioning C1? Okay, Yaya Umaira said C1 is in the first paragraph, Cikgu Shakira.
Yes, correct. C2?
Okay, Eugene also said in paragraph 1.
Correct.
Very
Very
good.
good, Eugene.
Okay, what about C number 2? The question says
Why you enjoy?
what you enjoyed the most. Okay, Mikael said C2 is in paragraph 2.
Yes, good.
Okay. You can see the moment you mention what I enjoyed the most, that is your C2. Okay. Okay, Yaya Umaira said C3 in the last paragraph, Cikgu Shakira.
Yes, correct. Excellent. Very good. Okay. After you identify where is C1, C2, C3, maybe you can count how many elaboration for each C1, how many elaboration example for C2, how many explanation for C3. From there, you can see why this person get more marks than you. All right, for example, or why you get more marks than that person. The number of elaboration. So how many elaboration for C1 can you find? Which is about explain about the book. How many things in paragraph 1 which is about explaining the book that you can find?
Maybe you can type out the words related to C1 in paragraph 1. Which are the keywords that answering C1?
Anyone? C2 then? Enjoy. Why this person enjoy this book? How many example, how many elaboration did this person Anyone answer, Cikgu Azrinda?
No, not yet. I think we have to continue,
Okay.
Cikgu Shakira.
Okay, all right. We still have that. Okay, so this the assessment breakdown. All right, the content is full mark, 5 out of 5. Okay, that's the reason why we want you to identify the content, because to get 5 marks, what should you do? Okay, all content is directly related to the task. Just now we said, can you find C1? Can you find C2? Can you find C3? Yes, we can find. Okay, the review includes a thorough summary. Okay, that's why we need you to count how many content for C1, how many content for C2, and how many content for C3. Okay, here I have written example there. The review covers the main plot, discusses the themes, and highlights specific quotes from the book, making the content rich and very detailed. So this kind of content is 5 marks. Okay, for communicative achievement, okay, this review also get 5 marks. Why? Okay, the convention of a book review are used effectively. Okay, with a clear, engaging tone that holds the reader attention. If you read the sample just now, you will see a lot of adjective users. Okay, the review fulfills all communicative purposes, such as informing, reflecting, and persuading. So I have few examples here. The use of phrases like "what I enjoy most about the book," and I would highly recommend, demonstrate the reviewer ability to communicate personal opinion and recommendation effectively. All right, so if you want to get 5, you know what you need to do. Okay, how about organization? Okay, when you read the sample just now, the review is well organized with a logical flow of ideas. It begins with introduction to the book, followed by the main body, where the specific aspect of the book are discussed, then end with recommendations. Okay, well organized. Okay, cohesive devices are used appropriately to connect ideas smoothly. Okay, example, the transition between discussing the plot to sharing personal reflection is seamless. Okay, it flows nicely. The use of cohesive devices like the book is also. And whether you are at the crossroads, ensures clarity and coherence. All right, so this one, organization is 5 marks. Okay, for language, definitely 5 because a wide range of vocabulary is used effectively. Okay, with a good balance of simple and more complex language. Okay, to get more marks in your writing or any essay, you need to have some complex sentences. All right, the language here is appropriate for the content and the purpose with minimal errors. There's still error actually if you do notice that, but they do not impede communication. Do not impede means we still understand. Okay, phrases like profound novel encourages readers, symbolism and allegory, and lasting impression. Okay, so language is 5. So this is a perfect example of 5. Totally. Okay, so to do review is very easy, but you need to know what to do. Okay, all right. So any question for review before we end our session today? We have discussed about speaking. I hope you have learned something, and we have just now deal with review. We do hope you have take back, okay, some of the important things that you need to practice next time when doing review. Any questions before we end our session today?
Anyone would like to ask any question? All right. I think your explanation is very well elaborated, Cikgu Shakira. They should
Okay.
understand. Okay, Mika said there's no question.
Thank you, Mika, for taking part tonight's session.
Okay, and others as well. Okay,
Yeah,
Zerli
thank you
also
everyone
said
for joining
no.
us.
Okay, Yaya Umaira said, when I write essays at home on my own, they turn out well. But when it comes to writing them in an exam, I suddenly lose all my ideas.
Just now, the tips for speaking. The moment you got the question, don't quickly take the pen to answer. Take a deep breath 3 times. Okay, calm yourself. Then everything come back to you. Okay, when you panic, you cannot think. Okay, Yaya.
And my advice, Yaya, probably you can increase reading. When you read more, especially on general topic, you will be well prepared. Okay, that's
Yes.
all. Okay, I think that's that for tonight's session. Cikgu Shakira, do you have any other
Yes.
things to add on?
No, that's it. We do hope that they will practice according to our the strategies that we have share with them just now.
All right. Okay. Cikgu Shakira, got one more question from Dangi Bob. She said, or he said that, how about spelling before we end our session today?
What do you mean the spelling?
I think, how about spelling in the essay writing? Is it probably very important? Probably, he asked.
Yes, it does. Spelling play an important role.
All
Okay,
right.
I think this under language.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Cikgu Shakira, for your very informative sharing tonight. I hope that all of you who have been watching since 8:30 have been getting a lot of information and tips and tricks that you can use for your examination. Okay. And one thing that I would like to remind everyone, that if you can promote this channel to all of your friends who are not probably do not have any opportunity to watch us tonight, they can go to PPD Pasir Gudang YouTube channel, and there are lots of videos, sharing videos on many subjects, especially for your SPM. You
Thank
can go
you.
there and watch it again. Okay. All right. I think that's all for tonight. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Cikgu Shakira.